Sorry about that, if you were there. I had to reload that. Mislabeled it. Goodness night. People are loud here. The background music on that is insane. Alright, I gotta run back to Corellia. Then you get buffed up, and then it's back to the grind. We're gonna get this done. Hey, look, there's a Carbineer right there. What is this? I think that's a Carbineer. Shock Trooper? Maybe a Carbineer Commando or something? Yeah, Carbineer, Marksman, Terrascasi. That's cool. Ah, it's Creature Handler. Let's see about that. Probably gonna change this to trapping. We'll say trapping. Oh. Alright. Forgot that I had my phone in my pocket. My butt was vibrating, but I thought I was having like a seizure, so I didn't realize I had a phone there. I was like, what the? I'm stupid. Don't worry about me. I love how this one is always jacked up. Like, this one's always messed up. But it's the one I gotta get my invite off of. Let's see. I'm gonna go. We're gonna take the helmet off. I may need at least one of those. Alright, so where were we? Last night finished up getting about as far as I figured. Money wise not as far because I forgot I was still in this group. But I did get up to halfway through tier 4, so I'm happy with it. Not a lot of defenses. Let's see. Yeah, range defense, no melee defense. It's amazing. So, got through that. Topped off scout. I think, did we max this out too? Nah. We will though. We'll end up maxing out. I want to say it's 45,000. I can't remember though. What is this? Creature handling experience. Yeah. So we're just gonna try and get Carbines done. Hopefully we can pick up the pace here soon. Start getting some higher end missions. I think we can at least get through this tier 4 box and a tree. Should have at least 2 trees done by the time we're done. It's what, Friday? It's Friday! We can go crazy. I did get a dance buff. Apparently I was going long enough for that. That's... Give me that boot candy. Where did you choose to stop? This music's really loud, like, and I don't know. Let me see. I need to check if it's... I don't know if it's okay to use or not. I mean, they put it up there. I don't know. Now I'll just switch back to Danhan. trying to see if there's anything. There's something good. I need something good. We'll come back to it. I'll run this for a second. Figure it out here shortly. 112 minutes. What? 156. Is music buff? Why the music buff cut short? Let's see what happens. See if it reapplies the dance buff. It shouldn't apply it shorter than the previous one. No. Oh, it did! That one's an hour and 59 minutes. Come on, man. Are you gonna play music? There we go. Hopefully I can get the full benefit for this. Store that. You said stupid automated calls. What did you get? Did you get a robocall? I'd like to call you about your car's extended warranty. Seven automated calls a day. What carrier do you have? Because you could just, depending on who you go through, I know certain ones have the ability to just erase all those, block them. I'm gonna be super hyper in a second. I got that Cafe Bustelo. I'm gonna be bouncing off the walls. Verizon, I don't know if they do that. I don't know. I would call them and ask them, be like, do you have the automated fraud protection or like spam block or whatever they call it. I don't know what they would call it, but you can call them and ask them. But I can't say for certain if they do. Is that 159? There we go. Alright. So we're just looking at just shy of a 2-hour grind set. Should be good to go. Made up a little med macro to use AFK when not doing end stuff. Cycles through group members when with ents and 10W on everyone. That's pretty good. I like that. It's actually pretty brilliant. That should help out a lot. I mean, I don't know which spot, like the grind spot. Used to be Bantha Vista, or like Mos Eisley, there's a lot of people. But I don't know where everybody is right now. I'm not sure which city is like the place people are at to grind. Yeah, it goes fast. That's what I was saying. Like if I build up a ton of wounds, like at the end of this grind session, you should heal my tune. You should come 10 wound on my character because you'll level up just off of that. Because I'll have so many wounds. Also, make sure you get some pants from BioWare, like I was telling you. These plus 25 wound treatment. It's huge. Well, today I'll be able. I'll have it up on laptop. Right on. Oh, what do you? Go Carbine Assault Tactics. And then I think I'm gonna go. I almost want to go up the defense line just to get all that counterattack. Counterattack's kind of cool. You literally dodge the attack and attack the person. It's actually kind of neat. Like stuff like that, like counterattack would be brutal on if they had, you know, nerfed the doc buffs. If the doc buffs were brought in line, brutal, absolutely brutal. We're going north. That's a preferred direction. Oh, we gotta call out our droid. Cool guy out here. Come on, stand in the middle. There we go. See what we can get. That's 7K. I want. This is 1700 away. I don't want any far away. I want to keep them close. Like, I'll take that. Wolf Chemo Lair, real close. Liberation activists. Go kill the activists, it says. It's wound treatment for enhance. Yeah. When you buff somebody or you heal wounds, it's all wound treatment. Injury treatment is when you're replacing the white with the ham, right? So if this is all white because I've taken damage and I fill it back red, that's injury treatment. So the white is injury treatment. But wounds, that's all done here. So you have your modifiers and your wounds. And wound treatment affects this. No worries. Yeah, no, I understand. I'm saying it in that way just so that it's like easy to remember. You go, okay, I gotcha. Like it'll stick. Just a little explanation. Oh, you asked a question before that. Doesn't counterattack mean you take partial, not zero? I don't know that you take partial. The defense, I'll have to double check that. I never really played a heavy counterattack, you know, a build that used a lot of counterattack. Because I do it on TKM, but I'm not taking any damage on TKM. So I didn't even care. I'm wearing full 90% comp. I got a shield generator, I got sense stake, I got all the defensive roll, I got TKM toughness, like, so I didn't take damage. But I'm pretty sure those three, dodge, counterattack, and block, they prevent incoming damage. Counterattack was unique in that it smacked back with like a white damage attack. But I'll have to look into that. You asked me something I haven't asked SWG before. Maybe we can keep our eyes peeled and see what. Frenzied Fine Ox. One of those the disease guys were looking. Alright, little chemos, let's go. Got a pie. There we go. I don't want scatter shot. Well, this is big layer. This is nice. I like this. I like this. I like the way it smells. And a question between those two, and another auto call. Let's see. And a question between those two. Enhance. We were saying yesterday about droids not in buildings. Droids not in buildings. Droids not in buildings. What are you talking? Oh, as far as dock buffing, maybe that's what I'm talking about, or what you're referring to, because docks were standing outside. Yeah. So they went and patched it to be where doctors could not be inside the cantina to buff. They would have to be outside to buff, I guess, or whatever. Anyways, the way it was on live, you could buff in a cantina, a med center, or a guild hall, or maybe it was just a guild hall or a med center you could buff in, and then the cantina you could end buff in. Anyways, right now they have the doctor sitting outside the door at the Coronet Cantina to buff, and it's just, I don't know, I would like them to be incentivized to buff in the med centers. You know what I mean? Like being in a med center, give it a an increase in value. This is one of those things that you could easily do. So like if we nerfed the dock buffs, if we brought the dock buffs in line with the rest of the game and fixed that problem, you could then incentivize behavior by saying, hey, you get plus 100 to your buff, you know, or whatever, like 100 points added to your buff by buffing in a med center. You know what I mean? Or whatever. Like there's ways you could then do your behavior without breaking things. Because what I did in Emu a while back, I did Ent, then sat and med buffed, then went back to Ent. Yeah. Well, that was before they were trying to make it more accurate to the time period, so they made it so you can't do that. Oh gosh, we're too far away. Okay. I thought these were the mobs, they're not. Famished Sludge Panther. I haven't seen those before. That's new. Yeah, the buffs are kind of, no, they 100% are. So a long time ago, this was there was a big, huge thread. It led to a lot of drama, a lot of arguing and stuff between devs and players. It was complaining about Smuggler, and a lot of people weren't happy with Smuggler. There was a lot of issues. But in that, these people started just tearing the game apart. Just imagine like everybody going nuts. You know, they wanted this change, they want that, and then it's like they just kept piling on. Like there's just more and more issues that they wanted to address, and all their ideas for fixing the combat stuff. And I was like, hey guys, you can fix all of it. And I showed them through math. You know, it's the dock buffs. You need to fix the dock buffs. The dock buffs are what breaks the game, because they get way beyond what they should be, and they break the actual balance of the game. That's the issue. Anyways, so if you divide, I apologize, I'm like sitting here making sure that they don't run from me. I just don't have to go chasing after corpses. So anyways, the dock buffs, if you divide the dock buffs, I mean realistically, best case scenario, we divide them by 4. So they'd be 25% the strength they are now. So for example, my 2517s would be what, like 6 or something. What would they be? they'd be like 675. Oh, 629. So they'd be in the 600s, and that's the highest tier that we're using currently. To the lower end, like if you're using A's or B's or whatever, it would be significantly less. You know, it might be like your A's might be buffing you for like 80. You know what I mean? The real problem is purist versus adaptive groups. Some people want something with a better scale, while others want it to be pure OG. Well, it would be pure OG. This is the thing. Yeah, 600 is still almost double. Yes, you're absolutely correct, and that's why it's acceptable. It's within an acceptable range, and you can still get enhanced stuff. Like I could still get Janta Blood Doc buffs that bump me up, you know, like plus 1300 or plus 1400, you know what I mean? Like they're really strong, and I could go solo content with that, right? But it costs a lot of money, and they are rare. So anyways, if we reduce those, it brings them in line, which means stuff like encumbrance, special action cost, various types of foods become relevant, different professions become relevant because they actually can do damage and matter. There's a whole bunch of reasons, but a rebalance and doc buffs would, but we've already played this game. So when you talked about purists, like people that are purists versus adaptive, whatever, we've all played the version of the game I'm talking about. In fact, we've played it on this server in the first month when our best buffs were like between 475 and 600, you know, or 625 or whatever. I remember when our buffs went from like the 650 range up to like 1400. It was like this massive jump. It was insane. The game changed overnight, right? But before that, it was still fine. It was still fine, and the gameplay was challenging and fun. Like that fight I just had, I would have had to been paying attention. I would have been using stims. I would have had to have, you know, a little more eyes on what I'm doing. But it worked. It wasn't game breaking. It's not like you have to have those buffs. Okay, that's perfect. 7,300. Let's see what. But we've all played that game. When the game launches, when we first get out there and start playing, this is the game that we're playing, and it's the most fun. The game is the first couple months. Fresh server. Now you factor in decay. We don't have anti-decay kits. Great. All that stuff. Death becomes more common, which means there's more condition loss. I think weapons should take the percentage, you know, condition loss on death, just like armor. But you should die more often, and it should be painful when you die, and that creates natural checks and balances. It drives more spending. It reduces the income of credits because you can't just spam 20k missions, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta do things as a group to kill. Anyways, long story short, it's the original game, and even they admitted, like, it was a known quantity. Trust me, within SWE, it was a known quantity that buffs were out of control. That was one of the things where it's like, hey, this is wrong. This is outside the math, you know, that we set up. And it's like, yeah, but now it's a gameplay feature, so just don't take it away from them. Which is stupid. Broke the game. And then they tried to, like, balance professions to that bad math. You know what I mean? It's terrible. Super disappointing. So that's all they need to do. They just need to scale the health and action, you know, the doc buffs. The food's fine. Like, everything else in the game's fine. It has its natural caps built in and everything. They work. It's just the doc buffs that are wonky. You know, a doc buff, your average, you know, doc buff from Coronet or whatever should be about 625, 650. You know, the top end of what a player's health and action is. I mean, you can see that intent in the entertainer buffs. See, like, people go, oh, but the mine's supposed to be the weak pool. Only in that it's hard to heal it. Only in that it's hard to heal it. But it should not be the weak pool in that it's the only way to in-cap a player. You know what I mean? That's just silly. That's not the way it's designed. You know, it's designed to incorporate all three of these pools competing and all these different activities competing for those pools. And people wouldn't be able to just spam headshot 3 with a T21, you know, or strafe shot 2 with the T21 if they don't have the ham, the health and action cost. Like, these weapons have built-in balance on them, and we can't even use that. Can you guys heal your lair, please? I really don't like it dying so fast. Anyways, if you want to get me all worked up and talking about something SWG related, it's the ham, the doc buffs. Nerf the doc buffs. Watch, Lagoza will know. When Lagoza shows up, he'll know. I'm ranting about. No, it wouldn't mean a rebalance on enemies. You wouldn't need to rebalance enemies. They should be incredibly difficult. Like a Night Sister Elder should take like a raid. It should take multiple groups to go take down. I don't know. You can have a dedicated player. You can have a player that's like, hey man, I'm not going to use a lot of abilities other than taunt. You know, I'm going to use taunt and whatever, my posture. But I'm mainly going to be taunting. So I'm going to be wearing the heaviest armor we own. I'm going to be wearing Janta blood buffs, you know, I'm going to have all this different stuff, food, everything, and I'm one of a handful of tanks tanking the Night Sister Elder. The rest of you guys are doing as much damage as you can. And it would take massive groups to go take out, say, the Night Sister stronghold and to fight those mobs. They should not be farmable in the same sense. Like, it should take massive guilds a lot of work. Like the DWB should be like a war, man. That should be 100 people, 200 people marching in there, killing everything, locking it down like in squads while the crafting squad makes its way through. Like, these things should not be, hey, 5 guys get together, let's go knock this out. We're gonna do a Corvette, let's go do a Corvette. Just walk through it. Not to say that there aren't exceptional people. There are people that know how to speed run. My guild leader, Nayes, she had the record in Star Wars Galaxies for one of the Corvette speed runs. I think it was Destroy. I can't remember. I think it was Destroy. But she would do it in seconds. She did it in like 27 seconds or something like that. Tier 4 Carbines, you crazy? I'm not crazy. We're going to get there. Oh, if I don't keep the Harvester macro. Clear that. I really need these little chemos to do a better job of healing their junk. Lagoza! Does TC have Blue Frog? Yeah, I think so. Carbines are the butt of every joke. They still are. Now, if we can, Lagoza, what would be the one thing that I would suggest we do in order to make Carbineers better? What's like the most important thing I rant about? What would it be? I'm just seeing how well you know. Coming from you? No. I'm talking about changes to the game. If I wanted to fix something in this game, how would I do? Come on, that goes, you know exactly what it is. What's my favorite thing to rant about? Besides the fact that, socialism kills. Are you guys gonna target some corpses? What is going on right now? Did I already cap out my scout experience? Yep, 30,000, so it wasn't 35k. What do you know? Come on, Lagoza. You're gonna let me down like this? Shut up, Lagoza. No. Absolutely not. Come on, man. You know what we gotta do. We gotta nerf the doc buffs, Lagoza. The doc buffs are too damn high. Actually, I need to get the rent is too high guy at dock buffs. And I might turn him into a Trandoshan. I think he needs to be a Trandoshan in that situation. So I'm gonna get, I need the rent is too damn high guy with boss face. So we're gonna Photoshop Bosk in there, and it's just gonna say dock buffs are too damn high. And we're gonna start protesting. That is gonna be our meme. I told you about the code. It looks super easy to change. I know it is. Listen, man, I already told you. If you'll do all the stuff, if you'll do the computer stuff, because this is the thing, I have no way to ensure, like, for example, say I told somebody, hey, let's do a server, and this is what needs to be done. You gotta tweak this. You need to reduce dock buffs. And they go, oh, okay. And then the lazy guy, the guy that hears what I say, he's gonna go, okay, I'll just go in there and we're just gonna change these dock buffs. We're just gonna reduce all this, right? But all he changes is the you know, the D packs, right, or the E packs, whatever it is. D packs, yeah, D packs. But he leaves A, B's, and C's alone. So then people are like, we're just going to use C's on the server. And I'm like, why'd you do that? Or they go and they tweak, you know, something else. You know, they tweak the component rather than the final craft, and then that messes with stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I'd have to sit over somebody's shoulder and watch what they're doing, ask questions, and then make corrections as we go for quality assurance, right? To ensure that it's done the right way. Not many people I trust with that. I think you understand the point and would understand what you're looking at so that you can fix it. But like I said, you want to do it, man, I got you covered, man. We can do it. I don't know enough where I could say, doing this is how it's gonna play out. And so I basically need somebody that can look at it and go, yeah, this is how it's going to result. Okay, well, this is the end state we want. Got it. This is how we do that. Wolf chemas. Give me the expensive stuff. Large binary. Oh, please be. Oh, man. NPCs. Nope. I don't want those. They're ranged. What do we got here? It's giving me a lot of NPC missions today. Vicious Huff done 34. It's 1400. I'll take it. A Wolf Chema 35. Oh, wait. Hold on. What is this one? Alright, we'll take the Wolf Chema. I wish the chemas would, how are you doing on battery? 42%? We're good. I know I could probably get that figured out. Yeah, I think if a group of us do it, this is the thing. Like, back on live, I was campaigning a lot with the devs who would say, like, hey, I tell them all the time, man, if you want to fix this game, like, I'd hang out with the CSRs and I would play test stuff with them, like, they would come in and be like, hey, can you do this and that? Because I had, like, my character had a lot of scripts on because I did a lot of stuff in that game, and I would like break quest chains and stuff to keep certain items. I do different things. I do all kinds of stuff. So I actually had the most scripts of anybody in the game. Towards the end, when I logged in on my my two main characters, just my friends list alone on my main would, like, it would actually be a stutter on the server when I'd load it. It was just it was like that, and when I load onto a planet, this planet would stutter, or that server block or whatever would stutter. But it was because I had so many scripts on there. But I would do stuff. I would just try to break the game. I would try to see what I could do. Like, one of the things we discovered, I kind of just knowing the game anticipated it. But when the combat upgrade came out, actually stasis the CSR, like they would always challenge me to a duel and then just /kill me, and so I was ready and waiting for it. So as soon as they /duel me, I just stasis them, and then they couldn't do anything. And they're like, "What the heck? I can't move. I can't do anything." I'm like, "Yeah, because all your commands run off the same thing. It just blocks commands." So we do stuff like that. We try out different things, different bugs. When the NG came out, stuff with the crystals, we were able to transfer tuned crystals from all the Jedi to one character. And the tunes would come out the same too. Like, they would remove the fact that they were tuned. But if you already knew your crystals, you could put all the best crystals on one tune. All sorts of stuff. But anyways, I would always hound them and say, need to nerf the dock buffs. The dock buffs are out of control. But that was a known thing. They knew that. there was just they didn't have a solution to fix it because people had developed a gameplay style built around it, and nobody had the guts, I guess, to just say, hey, this has to be fixed for the sake of the game. And to this day, we're 20 years later. We're literally 20 years later since I made this argument. Well, it's February, so it would have been like, it's probably like April time frame. So we're almost 20 years later, arguing for dock buffs to get nerfed, and we still haven't done it. And it would fix the game. The best time you ever have playing this game will always be the first, 4 months, 6 months of the game. I wish I had uploaded all of my streams from when I launched Finalizer, because you'd just be able to see exactly what I'm talking about. I could always point to it and say, see? Well, it's having nothing able to kill in PvEs. There's a range. So there's like a min and a max, and then there's the modifiers are the resources that go into it and whatnot. So you cut that main range down. If I remember right, I'm trying to visualize the actual application to look at the code or whatever, the settings, whatever it is. But there's like a little option in there, and you can just divide that by 4, brings it down. I don't care. This is the thing. Jantabloods, enhancements, like stuff that makes your buffs exceptional and stronger, those don't need to get changed. I don't care if you can make a buff like this. If, say, you have legendary Jantabloods and you make super buffs, right? And you can have buffs like we had, the real high end stuff. That's fine. I don't care about that. What I care about is the buffs that you get at the starboard for 10k. Just you show up, you tell the bot, they buff you, and you leave. Those should not be 25-17. That is insane. It's like just God mode for 10k credits. It's ridiculous. And you break the game. That's why the game feels less fun, because it's less engaging. Most stuff is not even a like, I don't have to think when I'm sitting here doing that. I just have to repeat physical actions. That's it. I just have to sit and spam the button. I mean, most of what I'm doing here is just managing where their corpses go, so that way I don't have to run around to harvest them all. I can just stand still and harvest them. So I just kind of go back and forth to bunch them up. This just how done's where it's at. These guys die so fast for 2k credits. I shouldn't be killing anything. But the game is so much more engaging and fun when the buffs aren't like this. I might have to do something about the sound effects here. I didn't do a good job bumping. You can have 10 rankers attack you and not take a scratch. Yeah, exactly. And you can wear the most ridiculous. Having nothing able to kill you in PvE is kind of boring. You can wear the most ridiculous armor, like 90% comp. The encumbrance doesn't matter. I mean, you can have enough encumbrance that you can't wear the set without buffs. That's insane. That you can wear something that strong, that game breaking, and it not even affect you. It doesn't do anything to your gameplay. There's no counterbalance. That's not how it's designed. You're not supposed to be getting more than like double your health and action. I can see with exceptional and legendary stuff, with enhanced stuff, getting better. I mean, there could be that guy that spends all his time getting Jantabloods and he's got 1,300, 1,500, buff packs, whatever. That's fine. But he puts in all the work to get it, and it's perishable. It's going to go away eventually. This, I mean, you can harvest enough resources that for the life of the game, you can have, God mode for 10k credits. silly nonsense. So it needs to get tweaked. It really needs to get tweaked. You know, you should when you're out. We'd have to have groups again. You know, healers, tanks, damage dealers, all that stuff. People that they're just wearing clothes because they're shooting a T-21 and they can't wear armor, but they need a tank to constantly taunt so they don't pull lag. We kind of see it with the world boss because the world boss hits so hard, and the fight goes on so long that you need, like, you know, somebody to tank, somebody to deal damage, all that kind of stuff. So, if people would all be wearing comp, you'd have a reason for an armor. Tantel armor would be great because it gives you defense for stun and everything, and I keep coming back to the trainer for no reason. We got a ways to go. Turn around. Telling you, get me all worked up. That's it. Downers have a huge effect. You know, downers hurt more when the buffs are low. Like it's a risk. Wolf Kemas. I really want the Huff Dunes. I'm just gonna keep rolling for Huff Dunes. It'll take a little more time, but I feel like it's just more worth it. Vicious Huff Dune 33. 1500. We'll take it. Whatever. How are we doing? We need to bust out some more piccata. Let's grab another Vegash and Citrus No Cake. Oh, I should use the one that I haven't opened. Oh well. All out of coffee. I'm gonna be wired to the gills now. I mean, they've taken some of the suggestions and used them, and I like it. I like the crackdown. I don't know if the crackdown's still here. I haven't had any stormtroopers come after me yet, so we'll see. But the crackdown's really cool. I kind of missed the start of Finalizer. It was more engaging. Yeah. No, it's the best. It's the best time ever. The first 6 months of the game is always the best after launch, and it's just because of dock buffs. Like, people don't get it, but without the dock buffs, you die more, you take more condition loss. It's harder to get high-end stuff. It's harder just to secure places to survey because there's mobs blocking it. So as a merchant, you got to hire somebody to come in and clear off the mobs and keep you safe while you're sampling, you know, stuff like that. Other places where you can sample and you don't have to worry about threat. Yeah, of course. But it makes everything more difficult in the game. And that results in more decay and more of the treadmill. You know, a natural treadmill, though, that doesn't feel, it feels rewarding because, you know, like, this battle would be a tough fight. You know what I mean? And so you'd feel more rewarded once you completed it. Grinding Carbineer would matter. I remember when Master Marksman was a big deal. It was such a big deal that Slickkill, the original Slickkill, he goes and takes the account. He's like, listen, this is my account. You level that character on my account. I'm going to take, that's going to be my new main character. You go get your own account. Because it was Master Marksman. You know what I mean? Like, just because it was tougher to get. You know, it was like a big deal. He wanted to get the bounty hunter ASAP. I wish they would heal faster. But like, I can just spam attacks. You know, I don't have to be choosy with my attacks. You balance out the buffs. People gotta be choosy. They gotta make good choices about what they're gonna use. PvE was actually yes, and it's so much more fun. And so that's why when people say like, oh, that never worked, blah blah, or like blah, they give all these different arguments and stuff because they don't want this change, no changes, which I understand no changes, but this isn't a change. This is a correction because we can see in that first 6 months, more like 4 months, people know what they're doing. We can see how. Like, one, we can play that version of the game. We have played that version of the game. It's everybody's favorite version of the game. That's when the player base is the highest, right? It drops off once you get away from that, once you start to get into the unrealistic territory. Like, it just needs to happen. The moment you do this, you fix the game. You fix the game. The natural balance kicks back in. It becomes clip fun. A better game. Becomes the game it was. Like, wearing a piece of armor should be a choice, like an important choice. Like, I don't know, the encumbrance isn't high enough on this. Like, there's no incentive for encumbrance sliced armor. Like, encumbrance sliced armor could be just as valuable as effectiveness sliced armor, depending on the player, the template, the design of their build, you know, the stats on their weapon, whatever, like all these different factors. We're now at a point where we have to wait 5 to 10 years server reset for the game to be at its funnest. Yeah. Most fun, but yeah, I agree. It's very annoying. It's very annoying. And I hate the stupid arguments against it. It's the most obvious fix in the game. And so that's why, like, if they're not going to do it. Nobody wants to do it. But everybody wants to play it. They won't admit it. You know, the loudest people against it are the ones who, they just want to solo farm accolade bones until they die. You know, to be like, look, I have the most powerful thing. But it's like, in the real, like, in the real game, like, that just ain't gonna happen that often. And you'd have more players using player crafted weapons and getting custom weapons. Like, there would be incentive for weaponsmiths to make low ham cost weapons, like a low sack weapon, or, you know, whatever. Like, you'd be like, hey, listen, this is low sack, high speed, you know, lower damage, but it's okay. And different weapons, like, you see what the guy's wearing, you switch your weapons up. What's the point of endless farming high quality materials when the player base is about 200 average at this point from launch? LOL. Yeah. No, I understand, man. I'm with you. It's what has to happen, and it would revive the game. I think because it would be so engaging, and it would force so much interaction with players. It would solve the problem. I cannot argue for it enough. Drives me mad. That's why, because I had this marked instead of the mission terminal. So I'm always thinking Carbineer Trainer. We're getting close. We're almost tier 4. I have Wild Shot 2. We're going to see how much of an AoE that does. I can't remember. I don't think it's a circle, but let's see. Hadn't really messed a lot with it. And when I was using a Carbineer on live, it was a Bounty Hunter Carbineer, so I was mainly using it for that. Fire knockdowns and stuff. Funnerist, he says. Also, if things like Ackley Bones are so easily accessible, then they're less like a prize and more mandated, hence everyone having amazing gear now. Yeah, I mean, if it becomes, you know, we need a 20-man group to go take down the Ackley, and a lot of us are going to die and take condition loss, and it's going to be difficult just getting down there and all that stuff. They become a big deal when they drop. You know, they become something like, oh, our guild has an Ackley, you know, hammer, an Ackley baton. That's like our prized possession or something. Our best fighter has it. Whatever, you know, like, that's the way it should be. Dockbuster too high, man. It's super easy. Bring them in line with everything else. And all the different foods. Think about like Mandalorian wine, all this different stuff that it's like you may with your build, your specific build, your weapons, all that kind of stuff. You're too high. I'm not too high. I've got some coffee in me. I guess that'll do it. I got that thick coffee. Master Carbines. Not Master Carbines, but Master Carbines Assault Tactics. Excellent. Okay, so we got some more accuracy while moving. We got the master box. It should be pretty much downhill from here. I should technically go accuracy, but I kind of just want to pick up the counterattack and increase my defenses. Let me see if I can answer your question about counterattack. Trying to see if there is. Trying to see if there's a counterattack in the list that I can point to. I don't see it in here. I can ask can ask my buddy and see. So that's a good question about counterattack. My understanding is that the defensive abilities like counterattack, dodge, block, they ignore the damage. It's like a way to outright ignore it. We'll see. Caffeine is a narcotic? What? Caffeine's a narcotic? Exposed! Well, there's a baby. I didn't make it. So I used to just AFK grind ranged at the Blue Leaf Temple. I would stand out on the corner of the ledge. I have a video of it up on YouTube. And they would miss. They couldn't hit you. So they'd just sit and shoot at you, and they'd miss, but you'd hit them, and it would hit the rocks or whatever. It was perfect. They couldn't aggro you out on the ledge if you stayed all the way to the edge of it. So they'd just stand there and shoot at you and miss. So I'll just AFK grind there all day. Right? But in this, it doesn't work that way. Come on. Alright, we got some training to do. We're actually making money this time, so we've gone back to 500,000. Now we just need another 500,000 to have made up for everything that we spent. So once I hit 1,000,000 credits on this, which we should, on the way to master, we should hit 1,000,000 credits. We'll be good to go. So we have 4002 here shortly. I'm trying to think what elite carbine slug thrower. I don't think they can make slug throwers. I think we can only get them from Nim. What else we got here? DXR6. Oh, I could get a DXR6. Those are fantastic. Maybe I do that. Let me see what else we got. I can't remember which one's better, DXR6 or the laser carbine. I think they're both medium armor pen, but I could be. DXR6 might be light. Carbine marksmanship or carbine counterinsurgency. Let's just go for raw accuracy, I think. Intermediate carbine. What is that called? Marksmanship. There we go. Where are we at time-wise? Hour and 5 minutes. We've got 2 hours, 5 minutes on this. I could jump back to CNET and just redo my mind buff. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'll just do that now. I don't know. Do I? Yeah. We got 5 minutes. By the time I get there and get buffed, I'll be basically have them drop as actually I don't want them dropping at the same time because I can just use brandy to make up for it. So with the entertainer buffs, I need the brandy, and then when they drop I can just eat brandy for the last half or the last third of this adventure. Ooh, at 37. I'm getting some slightly higher level ones now. Minimum third faction. Well, first and foremost, fix the dock buffs. Dock buffs get divided by 4. Introduce third faction. I like the quality of life improvements. I mean, credit inflation. There are so many problems as a result of the dock buffs being too dang high that would get fixed, like credit inflation. Would there be credit? Would there be too many credits? There'd be a lot, but there wouldn't be nearly as much as now. I mean, because you can farm. You can just free farm credit. Solo. Look what I'm doing. Made a couple $100K just grinding like the first couple boxes of Carbineer. It's crazy. should get a harvester druid. I think now that I'm at tier 4, I can go get the big missions on Dantooine. I'm not positive though. I'm not sure if I would really like to get something that I can get more experience per kill. Like 3K is kind of the sweet spot. You want to get big 3K missions. Everybody come to me. Let's bunch up. Come on over here. I just heard that, which means I'm on Picada. I want to try to get them to dive right on top of each other so that way they're easier to harvest. Kill your lair. Wait, did Vegas run out, like, in the fight? Fantastic. 775, medium size. See, that's how most animals should be. They should be, like, medium size. Like, scrawny and unhealthy, that's crazy. Downside, my macros don't transfer, they're local. What do you mean they don't transfer, they're local? Oh, you don't have a copy of your macros files? See, they are from, they go all the way back to live. Because I had saved like my settings or whatever at some point. I don't remember where, but I had them saved and I've transferred them on since live. So, like some of these I remember when I made them. I mean, they're nothing special. They're just basic stuff. I've had these for ages. Oh, desktop and laptop. Yeah, you just gotta get your external and transfer the folder over, and you'll be good. I don't know if you saw. Set up my key map when I created this new character. One things I did is I went and I changed the key bindings off of Star Wars Galaxies and then put them back to Star Wars Galaxies, and then I made it modal chat and changed everything, and that fixes a lot of the weird interactions you get with like your backspace and your enter key and whatnot. So you definitely want to do that. For some reason the default settings are not the actual default settings, if that makes sense. Huff Duns. These are not vicious. I don't know if it's going to matter. We'll see. But they're higher levels, 70 or 36. No, I don't want that. Give me something close. Huff Dun layer 38. Alright, we'll check it out. We'll just see how the Huff Duns, plain Huff Duns are. Maybe they're more. I don't know. Or maybe it's more mobs. We'll see. I would love it too, like, if we could expand, like, if, say we get, okay, we got the game going, we got the dock bus fixed, like, we balance the game back to the way it's supposed to be, right? So it's at its intended setup. I love that somebody used SWG intended and then they totally changed it away from what it's supposed to be. But anyways, we get it to where it's intended to be. Everything's good and smooth, and we're actually having a good competitive, you know, struggle to survive environment. I would love to do like faction leaders, have a macro game they can play, like a Stellaris type thing, where you command units. You have a separate interface you can go and you can command groups and stuff to go places and do things. That'd be kind of cool. There's a lot of cool ideas that you can do with this game. It's a sandbox, man. Amazing sandbox. These 2,500 a pop? What was that one? Give me 2,500. 2527. So some of these are 2527. Interesting. It's a Huff Doom Bowl. Okay. So that's what I'm getting. Why is it? It's like defaulting to the most recent kills. Well, I can't do that at the moment. In the early days of the internet, I had a website and a server and all kinds of stuff, so I could transfer my stuff. I could post my screenshot. I had like a one-stop shop for everything. Slick. I kind of wish I had that again. I might have to remake it. That might be fun. Maybe that's a project. Man, all my stuff is all out of whack. Sorry to hear that. I wonder if there's a way I can set up to where on my website it shows, like when I'm live, it'll show me live streaming. It'll show my channel. I wonder if I can do that. I can embed my Twitch channel. That'd be kind of cool. And then have links and all that kind of stuff available on here. Munch up, y'all. That thing died to counterattack. Okay, so there's a counterattack, so let's just see real fast. So I think that's the, you attack a Huff-Done Bull for 5 minutes. I think that's what it is. But I'm not positive. I may need the verbose combat log. That may be what I need. Oh, the bold dizzies. Okay, we got buff in accuracy on the way. Gosh, and then the final thing would be to put this in like Unreal, update everything, all the textures and stuff. That'd be amazing. I don't think that would be. I don't know how that would be doable. It'd have to be like a mod on our end, I think. I don't know. I don't know how it could be possible. But apply the fixes, put it in Unreal, make it look amazing. Like if it looked like Battlefront 2. The newest one? Was that Frostbite? I can't remember what that is. This game would be amazing, man. All my stuff is all out of whack. Yeah, it's the one bad thing about not transferring stuff over. So we're looking at marksmanship. That's only +5 accuracy. It's funny, it seems like my counterattacks, if that 518 is my counterattack, it seems like my counterattacks are doing more damage on average than the regular attacks. That might even be, it might be worth it to go counterattack instead. Maybe I should do that. Raise my counterattack up. What do you think, counterattack or accuracy? I should probably, I don't know. What should I get? 5 accuracy, leg shot 3, or counterattack 20? First shot 1. That is a tough call. Unblockable counterattack. 60, 80. Yeah, 105 counterattack. Marksmanship. I've got, how much accuracy do I have? 80? Let's go for counterinsurgency. Let's do that. Let's just switch this to counterinsurgency. Stop talking. We'll do that. Ooh, a 41. Now we're getting some. I actually could probably switch planets now. If I'm getting in the 40s. Although I like not having to run into buildings. So we'll just go up the counterattack. That seems to be the best. I could get to where I can just auto attack the layer and counterattack them to death. Like once I get it up there. Need a plus 25 counterattack. Got ad coming up, so I'll see you on the other side of it. How much longer we got on mine buffs? 37 minutes. That'll be good. Oh, I forgot to put on the Vegas. Although I'm not getting more experience, I don't really need to farm. Like, stats on this is terrible. It's just junk. A lot of this is just junk, so it'll be used for grinding. Some for crafting stems or something. You can use it for your doctor grind, actually. I'll just give you all this meat and you can use it for that. Oh man, I haven't been on the forums in a while. I don't even know like state of the game type stuff. I'd have to go take a look at that. Just see. So we got here full auto area, full auto single. That's the cone. I think that's a cone attack. What is this? Action shot 1 and 2. Okay, so we want both the bleeds. How do I want to do this? I want both the bleeds. What is this? Scatter shot. That's the scatter hit. So that'd be my mine pool attack. Point blank single area. Wild shot 2. Charge shot. Wild shot 1. Okay, so we can replace wild shot 1. This is full auto single, so that's my single damage. Full auto area 1. We can get rid of single 1. Leg shot we will set to the side. Let's see. Scatter shot 1, scatter shot 2. We can go with that. So that's our mine pool. Let's see. Which one is my stun? There's my stun. I don't have a blind. Vicious Huffdon 38. Operation. Where are you? Huffdon layer. There we go. 39. Let's see what else we got. I don't want to arrange this. So I got single. Let's do. What is this? Single one. We'll test this out. I can't remember what charge shot does. I think that knocks them down. I could be wrong. We need to get the first aid to remove bleeding. What server are you on? Archer 007. I am on SWGEmu Finalizer. I'm on the Finalizer server. Trying to play as close to pre-su SVG as possible. Not a fan of NG or CU. I'm a pre-CU person. That's my favorite. So. This does not seem as good as Point Blank Area. Point Blank Area is the superior. I've been playing on Legends. Ew, Legends, gross. Nah, man, I'm pre-su SWG for life. So it's Finalizer for me. Plus, it's an EMU project. I gotta support them, man. Been here since they did the very first test out in the middle of an empty desert version of Anchorhead. We were just seeing if we could log in and move around, and that's about it. Come to me. Let's punch up. What? Why is there a feral? What the heck? 200 away? Absolutely not. These are like stacked up. Look at this thing up in the air. Stacking bodies. Let's see where the mine buff is. 24 minutes. It's not bad. We'll definitely be able to get this before the mine buff runs out, and then we'll get a little ways into this, but not much. Now, what I was thinking was doing the defense line out of swordsman, so going up to master sword defense. Just get more counterattack, more melee range defense. You know, I won't have a ton, but I will have a lot of counterattack. I think, yeah, and this one gives me spin attack, so I'll very quickly grind it up. I think that's the route I want to go. So I need like plus 25 counterattack on this, and then I can just get some different gloves for swordsman gloves, and use those. I have to do some shopping, find some cheap two-handed sword stuff, but there's not gonna be a lot that's cheap. Give me something close. What do we got? Mine. Come on, give me vicious hufftones. Baba. What kind of leather am I pulling off of these? Is it this one? Leathery hide? Yeah. Sword meat, leathery hide, bones. We'll end up getting rid of all the small stuff. So I have a ton of bones, leathery hide, and whatnot. I'll just get rid of all this stuff. Try to clean out the inventory some. want to corral them all together. Well, welcome to the stream, Archer. Thank you for the first time chat. Hope you're having fun on Legends. It's always good to see that people are still playing SWG. I don't want the game to die, so I'm happy that people are playing it. But I do think all y'all should come and play with Finalizer until we finish this project. I think it's silly to go, like, people are using the leak code and stuff like that, and I think that it's not a great idea. I think we should be giving full support to SWGEmu and just trying to help them get the job done, building our game. I think all the alternative servers only hurt each other because it reduces overall population, which kind of kills the game. If we combined all the population into one place, much more alive server and community. I do agree there are some other issues. There's some things that need to be taken care of on all sides, but I'm all in for email. Come on, bunch up. Lagoza. A legend stream when? Never. Legends is the NG one, isn't it? I have zero interest in playing the variant of this game that ruined. No, thank you. Not gonna happen. Played enough of that. So I'm good. Ooh, we are very close. You know what? I might just kill these Phinox over here and get advanced carbine counterinsurgency tactics. Very close. I don't know if these guys are gonna give me enough. Yeah, they gave me enough. Look at that. I'm not even gonna harm. Just can't be bothered to. So that's good. So it'll be a 4022 Carbineer. Making progress. Well, defense versus intimidate, which is cool on this planet since everything intimidates you. Defense versus knockdown is always nice. Counterattack, another 20 counterattack. I'd love to get to where I can just stand there and auto attack the layer and everything dies around me. That'd be cool. So yeah, we'll probably get ourselves a... I've got Rancor Tooth two-handed curved swords. I can just blow through this real fast. I think it gives me enough to have like Artisan with Surveying 4, you know, 4000 Medic and 4040 Scout. I think I can fit all that, which is basically all I need to get through the village and the theme parks. I mean, I don't even need it. I could do the theme parks probably right now with this. I mean, I could just do this, but because I mean they're easy. But for the village, I'd want to have all that stuff, and I would have to see what I need to complete the village, like crafting quests and stuff. I might need some things. Okay, so we got another plus 20 counterattack. That's good. Actually, just to refresh everything, we're gonna unequip and re-equip. I don't know if that's an issue right now or not, but whatever. Level 40 Huff Duns. Come on, give me something good. 10K. Grand Ricks. We'll try out the Grand Ricks. Why not? I can't remember if the Rick's blinds or stun. We'll see. Help a cowardly Trandoshan. Okay, hear me out. One good thing that was in NGE, the lava cannon. Okay, I remember the early NGE when the lava cannon came out. For fun, we just we ran like a squad of 8 lava cannons, or it was like 7 lava cannons and a medic, and it was absurd. I mean, we just delete masses of people. The lava cannon was silly nonsense. One of the craziest things in a video game. Just delete people. Like 7 of those shooting you at once. And just ran around, like get people inside a building and just melt them all. It's good times. Alright, here's the Grand Ricks. Let's see what kind of experience we get off of these. Time to find out. Okay, they knock down, so we need to be aware of that. Okay, stun. I knew they had stun or blind. The knockdown's a surprise. Okay, let's bunch them all up. I didn't even look to see how much I got for these. 2026, so nothing particularly bad. There are a lot of them though. But they're not as fast as the probably stick with Huff Duns. I don't know. We are 420,000 away from making our money back, which is good. Let's keep punch back up over here. Layer's definitely gonna die. Ooh, 3K. Some of these are worth more. Interesting. Bristly. They don't give a lot. Let's get rid of all this Corellian crap. I think I want to bring down. We'll bring this down some. How much longer do I have on mine buffs? 7 minutes? That'll be fine. Group up, group up, group up. So it looks like the Grand Ricks. That's what I want to go for. They do have the KD, so it's a little annoying, but it's alright. I like getting 3,300 to kill. That's 1,000 more to kill. Not much more time to kill than the Huff Duns. I should be doing swords probably on the next buff session just to get the melee mitigation. The only thing is, once I commit to that, it's gonna make it hard for me to pick up the creature handler and do the taming of the level 10 combat pet. Staff here just called me and said shipping is closed except a Walmart with pickup number blank. A truck came up with a pickup number different than that. They said yes, that's the one. That's not what you told me. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to do your job, sir. Are you like, what do you do? Do you just monitor the incoming, like are you doing logistics? Are you doing, what exactly are you doing? Are you keeping track of like the different loads, or? Well, I can tell you this is a Wendy's. Well, I can tell you this is a Wendy's. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Almost 600K. How are we doing over here? Moving along. Good thing is we'll have a lot of counterattack for leveling the swordsman, so that'll be nice. That'll help speed it up. Just kidding. Nah, I let the trucks in and communicate to the truck from shipping, basically just access control. Gotcha. So you're not going out and weighing stuff and everything. You don't have those big scales. I worked in logistics very briefly. Was in the Marine Corps. I had to have surgery, and so while I was dealing with that, I Greater Sludge Panther. Let's check it out. I haven't killed graders yet. They're worth a lot of money, so we'll see. Oh, there's 2 of them. Let's see how these do. Hopefully they're over 3K. We do, not my job. Gotcha. Yeah, so very briefly, I didn't have to do that stuff. I focused on other things, like as far as managing, you know, the people and the things. I was more focused on personnel, but I did a good job, and so it got me other jobs. I became a sort of fixer for a while in the Marine Corps. So if there was something that needed to get done today, perfectly, without flaw, like, be like, hey, just get Burrito. He'll fix. So I did a lot of problem solving. Okay, they kneel. Hopefully no dizzy. As long as they don't dizzy, we're good. If they dizzy, then we're sticking with Grand Rix, and we'll not do this. They die very quickly. What's their, They only have 5% energy. This is actually fantastic. They bunch up very quickly. 3K. I mean, this is great. They occasionally kneel me, which doesn't really matter on ranged. They die very fast. They don't intimidate. Greater Sludge Panthers just might be the trick. I like the look of Carbineer. That's not bad. I'll take that. I have a lot of wounds for you to heal. You got organic chemistry too? Sweet. I'm gonna have a bunch of resources I can give you to craft stems and wound packs or biological effect control. Any of those things. I think biological effect control is probably your best bet. But I will have one of the things you can pick up and sample. Just find a high metal that you can sample for your inorganic compound or inorganic, and you can just sample while crafting. Level up sampling survey. I can give you a big stack of I've got 59k herbivore meat right now, so seen it. Yeah, here in about an hour I'll have a ton of wounds for you to heal. You can just 10 wound me and level up that way. It's not bad. Getting way less resources off them, but it's whatever. This is range mitigation 2. Right. One got away. A baby. Alright. I have a lot of battle fatigue too you can heal off. Did you there's a bunch right here. Do they have a layer? Yeah, I want a layer. That's pretty cool, city off in the distance. At this point, am I just looking for 10Ks? I guess I'll just keep looking for... There we go, Grand Ricks. Oh boy. Okay, I've set up and seen that doing my heal all wounds macro. Are you doing slash 10W, or like how are you doing it? Or is it like you dance and then you stop and you heal wounds, like, because if you're using wound packs, I mean, you could save yourself the hassle. Just 10 wounds on me. There's no timer on it, so it's just like boom, 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 and you get it experience. $10W. That's what I do. I just do the $10W. That way I can just do practice on my craft. I don't have a ton of wound packs in my bag. Wound packs are nice though if you're gonna go res somebody and you're gonna have will buff them out in the field. You know, they're not bad. I like Master Doc, Master TK. 1000 scout. That's great for going out and rescuing people. Or swordsman, Doc, one of the two. Swordsman's gonna give you more viability depending on the mobs, but you know, if you're just trying to clear out trash for somebody who died. I've had that. I mean, I've paid people before. Like, I've died on my crafter and been like, I don't want to take condition loss, so I'm just gonna pay somebody to come res me. One thing I love about doing like Carbine or Pistol or like a ranged class like this is it just sounds like the early game. Like when you're a new character and you're just shooting with a C-Def pistol and like figuring out what the heck you got yourself into. I love it. I love the sound of a little blaster fire. Getting pretty far along. Oh, there's one way over here. Gonna need to hit a garage soon. You're definitely building up battle fatigue. But I mean, if you think about it, like my health in action. My pool's not taking. Or if you had to constantly heal yourself because you're not recovering, you're taking more damage when you use abilities, stuff like that. It's just a more active gameplay experience. They need 4. Simple as that. I'm not talking the enhancements. I'm just always going to clarify. I'm not saying, so if I enhance the dog buff, I'm not saying the enhancement needs to be divided by 4. Just the base buffs. And you balance out the game. You'd make crafting things differently viable and more crafted things viable. And there's so much you could do. Then once you do all that stuff, then you can look and say, okay, padded armor is not really well balanced. Padded armor, the encumbrance is too high for too little, you know. Okay, that makes sense. Let's tweak the padded armor so it's more in line with everything else. That's fine. But the core issue across the board in this game, whether it's credit inflation, whether it's, you know, high-end loot being too common, you know, people spamming missions, people able to, you know, PvP spamming one ability the entire time, whatever, all that stuff gets fixed when you fix the dock buffs. There was a design. It's not like they just threw this game together and didn't have a clue. Like they're just like, yeah, let's just make it this. Like there's a reason, a rhyme and reason to this, and it's dependent on the buffs not breaking the game, breaking the balance of the. And then of course just make it so Jedi, you know, all you have to do, it's just like the holocrons, but instead of professions, you have like one randomly generated profession, one randomly generated POI, one randomly generated theme park, one randomly generated activity on a planet. So maybe surveying, you could say surveying metal, surveying aluminum on this planet, you know, whatever. You can have, so it covers a spectrum of activities to where if somebody really wants to guarantee unlock Jedi, they have to do everything. They have to go through everything, keep track of it and all this stuff. So you have to be dedicated to it. And it's a long process. And then you just throw permadeath in the mix. Problem solved. And you say, okay, you can wear armor, but you can't force run and you can't use force lightning in force armor. But you can do everything else. And then you could have like a tanky Jedi that's like a raid boss that's really strong, but you know, it balances out because if he dies, he dies. You know, maybe go 3 strikes your route, that's fine. You know, you don't want somebody to go link dead and die in PvP and then there goes their Jedi. That would be stupid. You don't want, you know, LD to do it. And maybe like, you know, achieving the highest rank, you know, you get a life back. That's fine, right? Whatever. But I want the balance back in the game. Punch up, punch up, punch up. UI action cycle target group next 10W pause repeat. That's good. And you're in the buffers group? Is that what you're in? Yeah, group, yeah. Yeah, that's the way to do it. This batch of missions is actually going to get us tier 3 counterinsurgency. There it is. Alright. So expert carbine counterinsurgency tactics. Counterattack 20, so that's plus 60 we're at now. Are we good to go? And then it's all downhill after this. So after this, one more buff session and we'll be Master Carbineer. So I'll come to you, I'll get all healed up, I can rebuff, and then complete this. there's a baby. Perfect Panic says, I had to start with /UI action target group 0 to target the leader for the cycle, target group next to cycle. So I added in /heal after target group 0 to heal the lead ant. Apparently had their action buff die. Yeah. You're talking about Sabby Cat? I was actually getting experience off Sabby last time because of that. I would just sit and wait until it got all the way down and then just heal. Got a couple heals in before, you know, I had to bounce. So I think I got first aid 1. Yeah, I got first aid 1 that way. This is perfect. You want a cluster like this where they're all around top of each other. Keeps the macro from messing up. How much time do I got left? 36 minutes. It's not bad. I might actually be able to get... I don't think I'll be able to get max halfway. I should be able to get halfway. Draws. You want to see something funny looking? Look at that thing. Nightmare Teddy. Alright, let's go get training. Making good money. I said before, we should hit 1 million credits by Master Carbines. Now, will you keep dancing and doing flourish? You have the flourishes in your macros, or are you like dancing, flourishing, and then whenever wounds are available, you stop and heal and then go right back to dancing? Do you have it like that, where it immediately starts dancing again, or how do you have it set up? I had crafted a bunch of stim packs for ground XP, so I'm using those for the ant. Yeah. Separate macro. Yeah, that's how I did it. I would have flourishes always going, and then I'd have. You can actually do it too if you like. I don't know if you had already migrated your stats. You can migrate your stats in such a way. Like I had an entertainer once that I had migrated the action to max, but the secondaries I had them way down, and I would just have it spam flourish, and I could just sit and heal it over and over again. Grand Ricks, that's fine. Let's see if we can get it. Belladonnas, that's how you get posters. I really don't want to mess with the NPC factions though, because I don't want anything conflicting with the theme park. Because I know there's Jabba's, there's Borvo. Don't want to mess either of those up. I think I do. I think I want to do Borvo stuff first and then Jabba, because I can kill Borvos to get Jabba factions. So once I'm done working Borvo, I can do all that. trying to think what I want to do for. I think I do Borvo first. I don't know, because I think it takes away Java faction. Like I said, I can run Borvo missions on Naboo and get my Java faction up to go do his theme park. So I'll probably do those, and then Imperial. I'll have to run the Imperial theme park. I'm trying to think what the Rebel theme park gives me, if there's anything I'm like, oh, I want to go get that. Wow, they're noisy. Goodness. One thing I noticed doesn't work here, but worked on live. I don't know how many people actually knew about it, but if you /followed your target, like I said I was PvP and I /followed the target, they're, especially Jedi, the Dervish animation, whatever, they move around so much. If I /followed them while I was doing them, if they knocked me down, I would auto stand up off the follow. Always auto stand, like always, 100% would stand right back up. And that, I don't think that works here, in my experience. I used to abuse the crap out of that. I had follow up, and I would follow my target. As soon as I knocked him down, I'd immediately stand right back up. How much time we got? 30 minutes. I don't know that we can get to master in 30. What is the mercenary, infiltrator? I think we're gonna go with mercenary type. I like hunter, but mercenary just sounds way cooler. Mogran! What's up, Mogran? Granny? How are you today? I hope you're having a wonderful day. I do still need a stat migration and a cosmetic change because Zabrac tests don't always apply on character creation. Well, that's weird. I've never noticed that before. I mean, I almost exclusively play Zabracs. I'm not right now. I'm playing a human just because doing the faction stuff, it'll be cheaper for me to buy, you know, Imperial stuff. But yeah, I've never noticed that before. Not much. What's up with you? Not a whole lot. Just playing a little SWG. Leveling up a Carbineer in SWG and chatting about how I'd fix this game. I stopped playing WoW and only playing Diablo 3. Did not like Diablo 4 at all. Yeah, not a fan of Diablo 4. It's not, I mean, I don't want to say I hate it. I just, I would like more customization in the controls. And it gets so cluttered, that game. I don't know, I'd have to sit and think about the issues I have with Diablo 4. I don't like I'm trying to remember, there was something that basically de-incentivized people sticking around. Oh, the seasonal stuff. I really don't like seasonal. I didn't like that in 3 either. I hate that. I would like, I wouldn't mind the seasons if like you're playing your tune, like maybe each season they added something new, like a new area or something, or you know, maybe there's like a seasonal portal and you can go to an area and farm. But I don't like having to remake my character, re-unlock everything, redo Kanaiski, all that stuff, and then it all gets smashed together at the end of the season, which makes for a cluttered mess. You know, not having inventory space, but needing to hold on to things to unlock certain things or perfect, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So, I'd give it a 5 out of 10, but it got boring so fast. The grind was just, it was made slow and tedious for no reason. And the way, like, your level could go up, but your gear could be behind. And if you don't have the right pieces to replace, your power level could drop significantly. I mean, you could actually hit dead spots in the progression. And that was a real problem, I thought, where I could be playing the game and just leveling up could actually punish me and make it harder to do stuff to a point where you just get insta-give. I mean, like, you could literally get hosed if it happened at the wrong time. There's a lot of stuff I didn't like about it. The only thing I liked was the ability to use an Xbox controller on a computer. Yeah, I mean, I guess if that's what if you want to play with a lesser control device, I mean, I don't know. I've mouse and keyboard all the way, but I don't know. I don't feel like breaking my mouse just to play a game. And I don't know, I don't like the control scheme. There's a lot of issues I have with that. Like, I felt bad. Like, I have a buddy who, he was just looking forward to PvP. He was really looking forward to it. And for a brief little while, he enjoyed it, you know? It was fun. But then they killed the PvP scene. Like, it just died when people went off to do other stuff. There was no reason to keep doing it. I like games that have an end game. Like SWG, you can have end game. You know what I mean? Like, you can, like, once you craft your stuff, like, obviously you have to replace things, you have to craft new things or make multiples of stuff or whatever, but, like, you're basically, your end game isn't based off gear and stuff like that. Like, your end game is just whatever you want it to be, right? Like, however you want to play the game. You can do anything you want in this game. But I hate the chasing the carrot thing that Blizzard does, and I know why they do it, and it works for a large portion of the player population. But I just don't want to chase the next gear set for the rest of my life. I just don't care to. Like, when I finished Legion, I went back and did Classic, as you know. I went back and did Classic, but that was it for me. Like, I'm not gonna chase that treadmill anymore. I spent like 3 years trying to get Invincible's Reigns. It's just time. As fun as the side I got, but the game's blown past there. Alright, how are we looking? We got enough to pick up that. It's time. 24 minutes. Let's see what we can get. Wait, is that it? Mutated Kimura? No, I don't want that. That sounds... Anything with mutated makes me think it's diseased. Vicious Huff done. Don't want. No, let's go for the 10Ks. Give me the good stuff. Grand Rix 46. I'll take it. That rhymed. Greater Sludge Panther 46. That did not rhyme. Back to it. Let's see what we get. I love Talon. It's a shame. It doesn't look like there's any there's no player cities out here. I would love to rebuild my city, but it's just you need too many players and there's enough incentive to come to town. Rory should share the transport lanes that Corellia and Naboo have, respectively. They're in the same system. It makes sense that they would be able to travel to the same places. You should not have to go to Coronet and then to Talus, or from Talus to Coronet to go somewhere else. Like, I should be able to go from Talus to Dantooine, like, because Naboo, Rory, and Talus would serve as overflows for when population is too high on a single planet. These very important planets where everybody loves to congregate. So opening up Talus and Rory to be on the same lane, shipping lanes, or starship lanes, or whatever, however you want to put it, it would be like, hey, I can live on Talus, I can still have the benefits of being in the Corellian system, you know, but I don't have to be so bunched up. I can spread out. I could have a city here, and then you can have a city on Corellia, and you know, it gives a reason to be on these planets. I really think they need to do that. Would be another huge change I would do. I gotta make another forum post. Last time I did a big rant on forums, we did get some cool changes. Don't know if I influenced them or if it was just great minds think alike, but I can at least try and put the thought out there. Just see what happens. The thing that I get the most pushback on is the buffs, though. It drives me nuts because it's like, guys, you played this. You played this when we started the server. It's the best version of the game. Like, why people will not let go of these broken buffs is beyond. It's so obvious. But yeah, I'm totally done with Blizzard. Blizzard Activision, I'm over it. You know, between Call of Groomers, Nick Merck's thing, and like their whole, you know, like, when you launch a game and there's only one set of flags available, and historically you've had like national flags, but you don't have the nation's flags. You just have, you know, some weird degeneracy for people to use for their call signals, or whatever they call them. I can't remember. Calling cards. That tells me that your priorities are wrong. If you think it's more important to, you know, rep your deviant over repping what country you're playing for, and then they ban the guy because he's like, hey, don't do X, like, leave kids alone. Okay, banned, bye. Like, that's just jacked up, man. Young dad. I would hope you'd say that. I hope you'd think like that. So I'm done with those companies. I won't play their games. I won't stream their games. I'm not gonna give them my money. And I was diehard Blizzard. I mean, I joked with the VPs of Blizzard one day. I was at an event in Vegas, and I was talking to them, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I don't even play the game, but I've had an account active for like 10 years. You know, I might play the game once in a blue moon. You know, I'll get the itch and go run ICC a bunch of times to get invincible, but they're like, oh, thanks for keeping the game. I paid $15 a month and not for years, but I don't know, man. BFA just, I wanted to throw something when I played BFA. I was just like, are you kidding me? Like, you give us all this amazing stuff. You give us this whole, yeah, leave kids alone. That's a weird thing to be upset about. Super weird. And it was little kid. I think you should just leave little kids alone, I think he said. And they banned him for it. They got rid of his skin thing that he had for sale. It's like, bro, what? Like, I don't want to go too far in this rabbit hole, but there's states that are like implementing capital punishment for people that don't, and you're against that. Like, I think you're on the wrong side. But yeah, all those companies, like, I'm at the point now where as a company, if you if you demonstrate that you're directly opposed to my values, my beliefs, like, I'm not gonna give you money. I'm not gonna participate with you anymore. And you know, it's like, whatever, it's $15 a month for me. That's not gonna hurt them. But it's not about that. I'm just not gonna participate in it. Just not gonna do it. I have no patience for the mental illness. It's too much. It's gotten out of hand. We're like destroying our country, our culture, like everything that, I mean, I grew up with. We got a bunch of lunatic, Bolshevik, commies trying to destroy everything because they're bored. It's what it is. Like, if they had to struggle to survive, if they were thirsty, if they were hungry, if they were like having to deal with reality, this stuff, they wouldn't have time for this stuff. And granted, there are lots of things broken in the system that are not good, but the solve isn't that they're solving it wrong. They're just playing into the people's hands that are subjecting us to a lot of the issues. They don't realize it, but they're riding on the creature that has caused all the problems that got them to this point. When COD did that, I was like, I knew I didn't like them for a reason. Yeah, I mean, and it bums me out so much because I love the fast pace, running, sliding, spraying through a group, you know, boom, 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 boom. Like, I would have so much fun. I would just jam out to music, stream, and just be running, gunning, just trying to get the most absurd kills possible, you know, spinning, getting headshots, or just running into a room, trying to kill everybody in the room, you know what I mean, like, while sliding through and moving. Like, I love that high, fast-paced action, you know, high-speed, fast-paced action, and so I miss playing. Need to go as a company. You need to crumble and be dissolved, and somebody needs to come in and take over that space that isn't a psychopath, that isn't mentally ill and destructive and everything else. Like, just, it needs to happen. Those companies need to die. You know, Disney, I mean, Disney's destroying. Disney was printing billion-dollar films. Like, they could just print money for decades to come. And instead, they're so obsessed with this idiotic ideology and all this weird psychopathy and everything. And it's like, they don't want to live, they don't want to live in reality. And so, of course, people are turned off by their product. They're destroying their stories. They have terrible writing. It's just they're taking amazing characters, amazing stories, hard work that other people put in to build up, you know, the MCU, and they're just crapping it out. They're just crapping all over it and destroying it. And it's like, you need to go out of business. You need to go out of business. You need to get bought out and replaced by people that actually care about turning a profit. Like, I don't even care if the people who ran, for example, didn't care. They just didn't care about Marvel. They're like, whatever, I just want to make money. I'd be fine with that, because at least if they just wanted to make money, they would create a good product. But these people are pure activists. It's like they're selling. They try to tell you their selling point for their product is so activist. It's so activisty. It's so. You know, I don't want to start using all the little buzzwords and stuff. But you know what they say. You know what they do. Just tired of it, man. Not that, I mean, ultimately it's fine, because I think people not having those distractions are starting to pay attention to other things that matter more, like preventing us from getting into foreign wars for 2 decades and just wasting lives and money. So, I'm happy to see people not be distracted. It's just a shame that we can't not be warmongers and can have good escapism and entertainment, and, you know, just work hard, make money, live good lives. But these control freaks and psychopaths, they have to destroy everything. And the biggest problem, the root problem of all this stuff, is our monetary policy. Our monetary policy, our printing a fiat currency out of thin air, and then basically enslaving the human, you know, regulation to it, because it allows them to go into all these endeavors, all this corruption and stuff, because they can just endlessly print money that we don't have. We're $33 trillion in debt. Think about it, $33 trillion. That's insane. Somebody was saying that if we paid, what was it? I'm trying to remember how much. If we paid every year since the founding of the nation, what was it? It was, I can't remember the math on it. It was something absurd. Something absolutely absurd. Like I think all the spending up to the Iraq War for our country, put it. I'll have to go back and look at the math and then remember how it went. But it was something absurd. It was something to the effect of like all the spending up to this point wouldn't even make an interest payment on the current debt or something like that. I can't remember. But it's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. They're destroying our country. They're making people homeless, poor. It's mind-blowing. They're destroying people's lives. But we're quickly seeing that we basically have a country made up of a Milgram majority and then everybody else. And the Milgram majority are just drill cup. They're dumber than a box of rocks, and they have no idea. Like, they're the ones that are going to suffer from this. The people living in cities that are worried about Taylor Swift and the NFL or whatever nonsense they're on about today, they're the ones that are going to suffer. I mean, everybody's not going to have it easier. It's going to get more difficult for people over time, but they're really I mean, I can live in a tent and fish. It sucks. It's miserable, but I can do it. Catch alligators, soft-shell turtle, gig frogs. If you're living in a city, ain't gonna be good. People don't. The best feature of the COD is the uninstall button, he says. The uninstall button. I mainly play, like, I do this kind of stuff to kind of, this is my like little escapism. I can play the game that I love, get away from all this stuff. So I don't mean to just rant about negative Nancy news, but it's the same sickness that ruins our games, ruins our entertainment, that's ruining our government and ruining the institutions, ruining the culture, everything. Some of the great things about SWG is the sandbox and the competitiveness to be the best, and the difficulty, the learning curve. And that's what we got in the US, was because it was new. A lot was new, everything was new, and very dangerous, and it took a lot of hard work. Like, you could be exceptional, and you'd basically do anything here. SWG was like, the US was like SWG, it was like Bloodfin. But, that's getting ruined. MTG daily deal, 550 gold, cost gold, wait, what? MTG daily deal, 550 gold, 50 gold, wait, what? What are you talking about? Wait, you got a robocall about gold farmers? A gold farmer robocall? That's crazy. You need to get a new number, man. That's nutty. Dude, I'm gonna have so much battle fatigue for you here in a second. Let me see what's my help. 8 minutes. So I've got enough for this layer, and then I'm coming to you. I don't think it'll enough for me to level up. Let me see. 30. I need 450. Yeah, I'm not gonna get enough off of this, but Be close. Next buff session, I'll get to Master Carbineer. We're 710,000, so we are you know, 300k away from making our money back, and then after that, profit. The real money will be from duplicate items doing the theme parks. Oh, wrong button. Hit the wrong button there. What was that? Let's see, we want pecan, citrus, baguette. Just so we don't take too much damage. It seems expensive to waste the food on one layer, but I'd rather get hit less and save my armor as much as possible. I hate the running away animals thing. It is so dumb. Such a waste of time. Yeah, we're super close. Daily deal in game to buy 550 gold for 50 gold. Very confused. A daily deal to buy 550 gold for 50 gold. I don't get it. What game is this? What are you talking about? I don't know, maybe that's incentive just to be online and active to see what other advertisements or offers they have. Your first mistake is playing Madden. Nerd. That's for smelly kids only. Only people who don't shower play Magic. I am a nerd. Next question. Listen, I'm a nerd too, but at least I'm not a smelly nerd. Like, I stick to the hobbies that you have to shower for, like Warhammer 40k, you know what I mean? Like, you start playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic and Dungeons and Dragons and stuff, you're gonna be a stinker. Everybody else around you gonna be a stinker. That ain't it. What do we got around here? A feeble Kima. They're yellow. I don't think I'm gonna get much experience for them. Rasps. Let's see if we can kill anything on the way back. Make the max use of this. A hunter. Phinox. What's this over here? Humbabas. Savage Humbabas. Let's see. Maybe we can ding off of these. Oh, they're ranged, of course. Try to corral them. There's one. One last one. Let's do this. There we go. Oh, we're so close. Very, very close. What's over there? There's some more reds over there. I don't know what it is. If we get closer to town, we'll probably see some more stuff. I'm very, very close. So we'll be 4043 before I come get buffs. In theory. Let's see. Rasps, whatever. Percussive rasp, nest. Maybe I can clear out that nest. Let's see. Nest is good because then I can. Wait, where's the nest? There it is. Let's see if this is enough. There it is. Kill a little birdie. Poor little bird. So we got that done. What is this one? Infiltrator? That's cool. What is this one? Assaulter, and this one is Marauder? Yeah. Alright, problem solved. We've got enough. I'm going to train these up and heal up and then wrap it up. So we're over 3 hours now. You said, hey, D&D is highbrow. No, if I want to play a D20 game, I'm going to play a Star Wars D20. Like, why would I not want to play the old Star Wars game? That's what KOTOR was based off of. KOTOR was based off the Star Wars D20 game. And there's the buffs. They're gone. So, perfect timing. Man, we got quite a bit done. We'll blow through this real fast. Get Master Carbineer. That'll be easy. I mean, we did this and these three in a buff session. 4 because we're about to train it. So we'll easily get that done. Done, sir, done. And then we're going to change this to where's the intermediate carbine marksmanship? Perfect. Go ahead and store the droid. How are you doing on battery? 11%. We can bust out a battery. Let's see. For battery. Maxes them out. Storm. Done. Send a message for invite to that group. Yes. Excellent. Jump into Cornet. Time to come see you. And no, KOTOR was copy and paste D&D. Yeah, but it's based off the Star Wars. I cannot believe you'd even say that. I'm in shock. I'm literally shaking. Can't believe you'd say that about KOTOR. You're crazy. KOTOR is a masterpiece. Appropriate panic setting. Part of my problem is if a game says I can make decisions, you better let me make decisions. But in video game RPGs, they inherently can't let you, so it falls flat. KOTOR lets you make a lot of decisions. I can't believe for a second that you're arguing that KOTOR doesn't give you enough control over your decisions. I mean, they gave you a lot. Which one are you? I thought you were Gantaru. That you? You're Yusef? Gotcha. Well, you should have a lot of experience from that. But you're sitting down for 10 wound. You don't need the droid. You don't need to be sitting. I mean, you should be dancing in between 10 wound, like automatically starting to dance every time you do that. I don't know. Maybe it interrupts it. But you should be getting battle fatigue experience too. Should I stop? Let me stop watching until you're ready to dance. I don't know. I don't know if you're getting experience right now for it. You said you're doing other things? Oh, okay. That's a lot of battle fatigue. And no, I'm just talking about for this, for the battle fatigue healing. You have to be dancing or playing an instrument with the band to get credit for it. So that was like 480 battle fatigue that just got wiped out. And the mind wound. That should help you. I mean, that's a lot. We are all healed up. Let's check our armor, just see where we're at damage wise. Not taking too much. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. So we're doing good there. Oh, do you need stuff to craft? I have a ton of herbivore meat, like junk meat and stuff. If you want it, if you can come trade me, I'll give you all this stuff so you can craft stuff with it. And you'll want to be in this group to get the benefit. You want to stay in the entertainer group in order to get the experience from them healing and buffing people. It'll affect you. What do you mean you can't? They won't let you? They won't let you join the group? Why wouldn't they let you? So just dance instead. Or are you trying to go music? You can always dance whatever dance you want. What I can do is I can stop listening, stop watching. Okay, and then I can listen to you. And I can do this. I'm going to take my helmet off. I'll take my armor off. And I should have a macro, so I should macro tend. There you go. So now I'm going to heal my mind wounds. And do oh, on your head. Yeah, that's fine. You just keep flourishing and play music. I'm gonna keep healing you. I'm not getting experience for it though. I guess only doing the wound heal gives me experience. I don't know. So I have to use stem for healing experience. I have to use stems. Got it. Okay. But I can Yes, it'll keep you going, so you won't need a buff. I'll just keep healing you, so you'll always be topped off on action, and you is gonna cure off you. Yeah. So you should be getting experience here. Let me. I'm gonna leave group. Invite you to group. I'm gonna accept the group invite. I'm gonna make you leader, but I'm gonna have my character just AFK healing you. Well, because I'm gonna be jumping off here in a second. I'm actually wrapping up the stream, and I'll be back later on. So I was just gonna leave my character AFK healing you, so you can keep going AFK, and you keep getting. You just do that. I'll keep healing you. You keep curing my wounds. You'll level up really quick. In a macro. Let me see if I have a cheer macro / macro cheer. I have a cheer macro. Let me see if I can create one. Oops. What is my, is it 10, it's not 10W, it'd be just 10 damage, I think. If I can find it in here, let me see. 10 damage, so 10. I didn't fix that. Where's cheer at? It's going too often. It's kind of. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change this so that it's Why can't you execute the macro? What is wrong? This should missing. Oh, the cones. Yeah. This should bump up, like being cheered for in live increased. I can't remember what percentage increase, but increased the amount of experience you got per flourish. Read up. Yeah, usually it puts them in automatically, so it's a big deal. Now saying unable to. No, what is going on? Is it not? It just doesn't put them in now? Why not? See if we can fix it. I missed many ad listen to that macro. Oh, okay. So it's done. A macro cheer. Seems like it's working. You're just gonna have to train up your skills so you can clear my mind wounds faster. They're gonna get brutal. But I got slash listen going. It targets you. If you want to test it out, you can stop playing real fast and just see. I'm used to having to pay attention to that from ends who start and stop the music. Oh yeah. Yeah, if you want to start and stop and just make sure that it works, we can do that before I log. Okay, let's just wait. Going through the motions right now. No, don't start playing yet. Oh, I guess you can. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. There we go. I start listening. Perfect. Problem solved. We got. So you can just sit and rock out like that. I'll keep healed and you keep clearing my wounds. As long as you're training your guy, you'll where you erase these wounds like it's nothing. You'll max out your experience super quick. So I'm guessing you're still just an entertainer, right? Like you're not even a novice musician. Once you get a novice musician, it'll be a lot faster. And I'll just keep cheering and healing. So like every 12 seconds, every 12 seconds, I am cheering for you and doing it. Not nice yet, and I'm done. This build did need dance and music. Different buffs. Yes. Yeah. That's what I was saying. I was like, I don't know. Like, because see, when we were grinding Jedi, we didn't really care about the secondaries as much, so we did have a dancer doctor, and that tune was parked out on Yavin, on one of the posts nobody goes to. We were in the Yavin canteen over there. That's where we buff up our Jedi out of sight. But we only needed like dance buff and doc buff, so it's okay. But realistically, like if you're gonna do doc, you're gonna want like doc TK, doc swordsman, something like that. Fencer doc. I don't know. I like TK doc. I like master TK, master doc 1000 scout for that 20 terrain negotiation. So you can throw on like a plus 25 or plus 5 really. You're gonna be good. But if you want an entertainer, do an entertainer. They're fun too. You can do like entertainer squad leader. You can go out to the world boss events and just set up a camp and play music and it's good to go. It's kind of nice if you're doing the Jedi grind, if you're going through the empathy stuff, because you get so much entertainer experience AFK. You can just go turn in, come back, turn in, come back, or you could even park out there at the village, set up a camp and heal people. I don't know. The only thing I've ever done with entertainer is just level it up and use the buff and then log it off. So haven't really done a whole lot with it. I remember when during the NG they tried to turn entertainer into like TK. It was ridiculous. But we got all that set up. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. We are, I think we're closing in on 4 hours, 3.5. So if you're watching, thanks for watching. If you weren't watching, replay. We went through. I actually need to make sure that I'm targeting you for each of those 10 wounds. Because I think if you go out on site, let me see. I'll have to look at that. But we got through most of Carbineer. We just have a tree and 1 box remaining for Master. And then probably going to go for Swordsman Defense line. And maybe work on some of the medic. I at least want to get first aid, you know, just for the bleeds. I think we'll be good to go. So I'll be back to finish that stuff up. Maybe later tonight, or I may or may not play over the weekend. I don't know how much I'll be playing over the weekend. Maybe if it's a late night, I might play late at night. But otherwise, I'll be playing Monday. So I will see you then. Goodbye. Enjoy your weekend. God bless.